This one is for all of my nutritionists and maybe health coaches out there who are just getting started online. If you know that you want to serve people, that you have the knowledge to serve people, but the whole getting started online thing is just about breaking your brain, this is for you. I'm going to give you the 5 steps so that you can get started and work with clients. These are the 5 steps that I wish someone sat me down and said, okay, Lori, you want to work online with clients. You have a diploma, you have a degree, you have all of this passion, and you know you want to help people. These are the things in sequential order that you need to do to get up and running. So go ahead, grab yourself a pen, and let's dive in. Welcome back to the Wellness Business Hub channel. I am your host, Lori Kennedy, and this channel is dedicated to helping practitioners and coaches start and grow their online coaching business. So if that is you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and click that little bell thing so that you get notified every single time I post new content, which is typically on a weekly basis. Sometimes I skip a week, but it is rare. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can get access to all of the content. So today I thought I would start at the very beginning. I've been having a lot of conversations with practitioners and coaches who are complete newbies. And I'm talking no client experience. I'm talking no social media. I'm talking no email list. Like that piece of paper that certifies you to be able to work with clients, that ink hasn't even dried. And I thought I would put together a really simple plan for you to be able to get started so that you're not spending the next 6 months to 2 years waffling about trying to figure out how to get started. I'm just going to tell you what you need to do. Now, before I dive into the 5 steps, the one thing that I will say is that, and I wish somebody had explained this one to me, is I need you to separate your brain into 2. So on the one side, you are a nutritionist or a health coach or a life coach or whatever it is that you are. And then on the other side, you are a business owner. And those 2 aspects of you are not the same. The side that is, let's call it a coach, the side that is the coach has the skill set and the empathy and the compassion and the nurturing and the experience and the purpose and the passion and all of that around the client and working with the client and getting the client results. And then on the business side, you are probably, if you're anything like me, you are probably lacking the skills, the training, the know-how, the aptitude, the behaviors, the mindset to effectively start and grow a business. Because the business is what allows you to work with clients, right? Yes, you have your skills to be able to work with clients. Yes, you have your professional training to be able to work with clients, but that comes into play once you have the clients and for creating marketing content. But there's a whole other side to this that I know I was not prepared for. I had no idea that I was a business owner. I had no idea that I was a founder. I had no idea about running a business and acquiring prospects, acquiring leads and nurturing them and all of that. Like I had no idea about the admin and the operations and the finance. If your goal is to work with, 1 to 3 people a month, cool. You probably don't need everything that I'm about to say. You can, work with friends and family and have it be that. But if you are someone who wants to have a business and you want the business to sort of be an entity that exists outside of you that continues to operate, even when you're on vacation, even when you're sick in bed, even when, it's a Saturday and you're at the park with your kids or whatever. If you want to have that, then naturally, or I should say obviously, You're going to have to go and acquire the skills in order to build that. And nobody told me that. And so I spent 8 months trying to get clients, and it resulted in self-defeat. It resulted in me thinking that I wasn't good enough. It resulted in me second-guessing whether or not I was a good nutritionist. And those two things are very separate. Me being able to start and grow a profitable business and me being a good nutritionist are not the same things. I can be a very good nutritionist and work for free and not have it be a business. I can be a very good nutritionist and do things pro bono or just charge by the hour, and that is not a business. I'm just providing a service. A business is something that exists outside of you, right? That continues to operate even when you are not there. So I thought I would open up today's training, today's video with that, because nobody explained that to me. And it took me a long time to wrap my mind around that, longer than it should have anyway. So I want you fresh, going into this with your business owner hat constantly on top of your head. And sometimes your nutrition or your health coach or whatever hat goes on when you're creating your program content, when you're working with clients, but the rest of the time, you're operating from the business side of your brain. So with that being said, let's dive into the 5 secrets, the 5 steps that are in sequential order that you need to create and execute for you to be able to get clients and deliver results. So secret number 1 is define your niche. So this is true no matter whether you are a registered massage therapist, a social worker, a life coach, a naturopathic doctor. If you want to work online and you want to have the kind of online business that allows you time flexibility and freedom of location, the way that people will find you is by identifying with a painful condition that they have. So your niche is the painful condition that a group of people have that you can solve with your coaching program. So the simplest way for you to think about what your niche is to think about the condition, the persistent, painful condition that you can solve with your training and put that training into a coaching program. So for example, a persistent painful condition could be IBS or hot flashes or seasonal allergies or acne or let's say mom rage that comes along with burnout. So there's a lot of different persistent painful conditions that exist, sadly, that based on what your training is in, you can then say, okay, I'm going to specialize in working with parents who have a child that has ADHD and is struggling behaviorally in school, right? And so the condition is the behavioral struggles of a child who has ADHD. You can help the parents solve for that with your brand and your coaching program. And so that's step number 1, because most people, and I usually say all, but most people don't want to buy your health coach knowledge. Most people don't want to buy your nutritionist knowledge. They want you as the health coach, they want you as the nutritionist to tell them what to do to fix their persistent painful problem. They do not need an education on holistic nutrition or health coaching. If they wanted that, they would have gone to school just like you. So the niche is a focus on a specific area where you can provide a solution via your online coaching program. So that's secret number 1. That is exactly where you start. It is so important. It is the one critical success factor for you to nail, because we have to be able to build the brand and the program offer and the marketing around demonstrating that this is the condition and the people that you work with and your ability to solve it. Secret number 2, once you have your niche, the condition, the persistent painful problem condition that you solve, now we're going to go and build a professional online presence. And so in today's day and age, it is critical, I would say mandatory, that you have social media at the very least set up. You don't have to be posting on every single social media platform. In this case, I wouldn't even recommend you doing that. I wouldn't recommend you posting on every single social media platform. I recommend that you start with Facebook and Instagram because that is where the majority of the world hangs out, and LinkedIn as well. You can start with, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or just start with one. But what we're really looking to do is establish ourselves as a professional with a level of specificity. So when somebody Googles your name or when somebody gives you, refers to you, the very first thing that person is going to do is they're going to go search online. They're going to go type your name in. Well, if your Facebook personal page is, your dog and family vacation, has nothing to do with your business, and you have a personal Instagram and you are not found, your business is not found on social media, they're going to go to someone else. Think about it this way. You were given a referral to go to this specific ceramics store because you want to buy ceramic bowls, right? And you were given a specific recommendation, and you go to this ceramic store and it doesn't exist. It's not there. Either the address was wrong or they moved or something like that. Well, now you can't buy a ceramics piece from that ceramic store. So you're going to go and find another ceramic store and you're going to spend your money there because you still want a ceramic piece. Just because that first ceramic store doesn't exist doesn't mean that you're not going to go drop $2,000 on a ceramic bowl. Of course you are, because you want a ceramic bowl. And so it's the same thing with your online presence. If you are not showing up on the socials, even just having your pages there, even if you're posting content infrequently, we need you to exist. We need you to show up. We need for people to be able to walk into your storefront, so to speak, so that they can drop money on the ceramic bowl. Because if the store doesn't exist, the person shopping isn't just going to be like, well, I guess I'm not getting ceramics now. No, now they're going to double down and be like, well, I need to find another place. So this is why you need to have a strong professional presence, is so that you can be found. It's so that your content pops up in the feed of your ideal client. It's so that when people search you, you exist. It's so that when people refer to you, you exist, and you start to build up a loyal following in the same way that a ceramic store would. And so that is secret number 2, is building a strong online presence. And the other thing that I would say too is make sure that your social media handles. So mine is at Lori Kennedy Inc. On Instagram and on Facebook, it's Lori Kennedy WBH. I previously had Lori Kennedy Inc. on Facebook, but my ads account got shut down, so I had to start a new Facebook page, a new Facebook business page. That's a story for another day. But you want to be as congruent across all the platforms as possible. So a good thing to do would be to do your name with like your middle initial, or for example, like your name plus the word coaching at the end. I would stay away from words like nutritionist or wellness, things like that, because if you ever do start to advertise with Facebook, you're going to do it through your business page. And some words that you might choose might not be sort of allowable words like weight loss or acne or wellness or things like that. So you want to stay away from sort of any medical terms. But for your social media pages, you can absolutely do like Lori Kennedy Coaching or Lori A. Kennedy. Or you can even do like the letters after your name. So I could have done like Lori Kennedy RHN if I wanted to. So make sure that your social media is congruent. And then also make sure that it is very clear when someone hits your bio exactly who you work with. So if it was me, I would say, Lori Kennedy, registered holistic nutritionist, works with perimenopausal women struggling to lose weight, who just want to lose weight without giving up wine, chocolate, or popcorn. That's exactly what I would say. And then that way, those people who are my people know that they are my people, know that they are my ideal client, and then they're going to hit follow and they're going to register for my lead magnet, and everyone else will just keep scrolling. So make sure that your social media presence has your name, your the one sort of sentence as to who you work with, and try and be as congruent across all the platforms as possible. All right. So secret number 3, now that you have a niche and you have an online presence, we're going to go and develop your signature coaching program. And so the way that I like to think about this is the solution to the persistent painful condition that your ideal client has. And so you say to yourself, okay, well, if this is the condition, how am I going to solve for that? How am I going to fix that? How am I going to heal that? How am I going to reverse that? How am I going to help this person not have this condition anymore? So an example that I like to use is sort of to demonstrate the way we have to get this right is confidence. I work with a lot of life coaches and a lot of practitioners, and they say, I want to work with people who have low confidence. And I say, okay, well, what is the persistent painful condition that they're experiencing? And they're like, low confidence. I'm like, I know, but what is the persistent painful condition? How does low confidence show up in someone's life? Because that's what we're solving for. So yes, you're helping to raise their confidence, but when you raise their confidence, all of the symptoms and all of the issues go away. So how are you actually going to do that? How are you going to raise someone's confidence so that their resentment and people pleasing and all of these other issues go away? And that's what goes into your signature coaching program. So another example could be IBS, right? I work with, busy professional women who have IBS or IBS-like symptoms that cause bathroom emergencies. Cool. So now you have your niche and now you have your ideal client. We have the condition. And so what's going in the program that is going to minimize the condition for that client? And this is where your professional training comes in, because you're like, okay, I am trained in a gut healing protocol, or I am trained in, life coaching strategies to raise confidence and create boundaries and increase self-worth. And so we say, okay, well, what are the steps that the client has to take in order to not have the condition anymore? And then we start brainstorming the steps that the client has to take in order to get to that transformation, right? We need to know. So the ideal client is starting at point A, and now we have to go through the client journey, the client transformation, to be able to say, okay, what do they need to know and what do they need to do in order to achieve their desired outcome, in order to be able to go on that family hiking trip for 10 days in the woods, knowing that they're not going to have a bathroom emergency because now they no longer suffer from IBS-like symptoms, right? What do they need to know and what do they need to do in order to get the desired result? And so we have to reverse engineer based on the outcome. When it comes to creating your coaching program, it's not enough to just say, okay, well, I think they need this habit and this habit and this habit, because we don't know if when you mash all of those habits together, if it's going to deliver the outcome. So we start with the condition and we start with the outcome. What is the outcome that they want to achieve? And then we can reverse engineer and go, okay, in order for the client to have this outcome, now they're going to need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. And so that's really how you start thinking about your online coaching program. So first we got a niche, then we have an online presence. Now we're developing the signature coaching program. And then secret number 4 is growing an audience, leveraging email marketing. So after we have the niche, the online presence, and the coaching program, now is where we really start to show up. Now is where we start to put ourselves out there. And The safest, best, easiest, most reliable way is to grow your email list. Social media can be shut down. We rely on the algorithms. We don't want to do that. You want to be in control of your audience growth, and you want to be able to leverage email marketing so that you can still communicate with your clients. You can still nurture your email list. You can schedule everything in advance. Basically, when you use email marketing, you're able to do so many different things because of automations, because you can have, an automation that's following up with clients. You can have an automation that's letting clients know that their time is almost done. You can have an automation where you are following up with people who've booked an enrollment call with you and didn't say yes right away. Like, there are so many different things that you can use email marketing for. And so the goal is to consistently grow your email list with your ideal client. So you're going to use your social media platforms to promote content that is then going to invite those ideal clients to subscribe to your email list. So we do that using a freebie. It's called a lead magnet, a freebie lead magnet. And it's a pretty simple PDF that you can create that actually delivers a value in advance of the person ever paying you, right? You want to demonstrate that you do know what you're talking about by giving value. So, for example, if you were to work with the client who has IBS, maybe you're going to put together, 21 breakfast recipes for busy professional women who have IBS to avoid the bathroom emergencies. And you're going to put, good recipes in there, and you're going to explain the different foods, and you're really going to give them value. That's not going to solve their IBS, but it does give them a starting place, and it does give them something that is of value so that they can see that you, in fact, know what you're talking about. They're going to subscribe to your email list. They're going to consume your content. And so it's really important to focus on your email list and growing your audience, because the more people you have on your email list, the more opportunities you have to get clients. And then secret number 5, the last secret, is investing in professional development. So I know for myself, as a former registered holistic nutritionist, I had opportunities to invest in CECs, continuing education credits. And I happily did so. I didn't bat an eye at it. Sometimes they were $500, sometimes they were $700, whatever it was. And at the same time, I now work with practitioners and coaches who feel very nervous to invest in their business. So in the same way that you invested in your certifications and your workshops to enhance your professional skills and your professional knowledge, the secret is to do the same for your business skills and your business knowledge so that you can continue to develop those skills that allow you to start and grow a profitable, thriving online coaching business. Because remember what I said at the beginning, the skills that you gained from your professional training are not the skills that are going to make your business successful. Those are the skills that are going to make your clients get results, but they're not the skills that are going to afford you the opportunity to grow a successful business. Those skills come in the form of learning how to create really solid messaging and nurture your audience, grow your audience, enroll your audience, provide client experience, operations, finance, admin. Those are the skills that you now need to invest in so that you can start and grow your profitable online coaching business. So I hope those 5 secrets helped. I hope that they gave you insight into the steps that you should be taking if you want to get started online. Please remember to subscribe to this channel and click that bell if this was helpful. Feel free to ask me any questions you have about this below, and I will absolutely answer. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.